introductions here, and I'll let Philip fill in what he needs to do, fill in about why he's here and what the project is all about. But anyways, when we started, we wanted to continue on with this land-based healing camp. We started about 3 years ago, envisioning a land-based healing camp for our children, our youth, in our community. And we have different programs involved with making this a reality. Programs from KCATS, that's our training and employment, Ontario Works, Choose Life, and our PDA, made up.
Well-being was there at the beginning, but it's not no longer there now.
So that's like where this land base came from. And you know, meeting with the chief of councils back then, and that was the vision that we had with our community members. So with that being said, we wanted to make a lodge, a teaching lodge, and several different council members went out to different meetings, different communities, and they saw teaching lodges that were made like big type structures out there, and said, hey, you know what, we want something like this here too. Either if it's going to be in the power grounds or out here at our land-based healing. And then all of a sudden I got James and Calvin came in the meeting and said, hey, you know this guy named Philip, he's done, he said he could do something like that for us, a teepee type structure out here. So he said, you know what, let's see if we can make this happen. And that's where you are. And maybe what we'll do is I'm going to start just by going around so our names are.
Yeah.
So my name is Sherry Taylor. Nice to have you here. Who are you?
Thank you.
Oh, and health director.
I'm Liz Ferris. I'm the one you've been talking to all along.
Nice to put a face to the name for a voice.
Otherwise, I look after the Ontario Works program, and we do a lot of employment.
I'm Kelly Forte. I'm a nurse. I work at the CHR for the community. Health rep. I'm also a benefits.
Vanessa. I work with OW.
Yeah. First person I met.
Oh, yeah. You remember me.
And Priscilla Fisher from Ginugumi. I'm a culture coordinator for Choose Life program.
Lisa Eacham, mental health. Rain.
Rain Fisher, youth.
Jason Chappies, environmental tech. Ginugumi.
Calvin Taylor, Lands and Resource. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Infusion
Sandra
Castle.
Taylor. Yeah. Ginugumi Reserves. And I make blankets. I do knitting.
Peter Razovich, Special Projects and Rocky Shore Development Corporation.
Judy Razovich, Peter's mom. Kelly?
That's Callie.
Okay. Barbara Fortier. Good evening. This is my son.
Debbie Charles, Ginugami, HR.
Teresa Oster, Elder, Ginugami. Helen DeRoche, Ginugami, member.
Thank you. My name's Philip Sutherland. I'm a Thunderbird man. I'm from Moose Factor, Ontario. It's pretty exciting to be here. I've known James and Shirley for over 12 years anyways. I've heard a number of projects that James is involved with for cultural awareness and teaching and growing and things like that. So just a bit of history about that part was he spent a bit of time, he lost his brother recently, so he spent about a month there, and we'd have a teepee in the back. We've set nets together in Cochrane where I live, and he said he was involved in developing this area. And I said, what we do back home is we have, they're like smoke tents, so they're set up like this, octagons or big, and it has a teepee kind of top where we smoke our meat and our fish and our geese and that kind of stuff. He says, hey, that might be something I should suggest. I was like, oh, well, here, I'll send you pictures. So I guess it took off from that with Calvin, and then he said, would you come and put something together to do something like that. And a little further to that, I was involved in tourism in my community in Moose Factory. And what we did probably about 20 years ago, we wanted to revive our cultural structures and our dwellings. So we consulted with our elders and our community members on what kind of structures and dwellings that we had. So we had shaptwans, right, the long teepees, made out of birch, and some of them were made out of spruce coverings. And I always was interested in our culture and that kind of stuff. I believe that being tied to our land is really important. This is a safe place. I feel really good and healthy out here. Right? It gives me a good, strong tie to land and our people and our culture. So when James kept talking about, you know, maybe you could come and give us a hand and do something, I started with something like that, and then the vertical log structures came into play. I'm like, sure, it sounds like a fun project. I'm kind of not doing anything right now during COVID. I actually own my own consulting company. I do employment and training, community development, negotiations. I've done a lot of things in the last 20 years, but community development has been a big part of what I really enjoy doing. I love seeing our Indigenous people grow and thrive through employment and training and education. So that was one thing. So the opportunity came up to come here and take part in some kind of program to help some of the youth build that structure there. So it was nice to see the young guys picking up the axes and skinning the logs and putting them on their shoulders and doing that kind of work. It makes me happy to see our young youth doing that instead of playing games or on their iPads, right? And no better place to do it in the bush. So one of the things I haven't seen too much of them lately. They've been busy here clearing the area. When I first came here a few days ago, it was just full of brush, so it looks like they did a lot of work clearing the area. It's nice to keep the open area so that the bugs don't carry us away, so a little bit of a breeze. But in the next couple of days, the biggest part was cutting the logs. I cut 150 logs. I tried to spread it out as much as I could just so that it doesn't look bare in one area. So we've been peeling that. We're probably about halfway done peeling. And so the next couple of days we hope to finish peeling those and let them dry. And then I want to cut some teepee poles. I've been asking James and Amber where's the best place to cut some teepees. One of the youth said a road around kilometer 90 there. I can't remember, Rough Road or something
Ragged.
like that. He said that's where they
Ragged.
Eh?
Ragged Road.
Ragged Road, yeah. He says and that made me happy. A young guy telling me that's a good place for teepees, right? Teepee poles. So I'm gonna go check that out tomorrow and bring a couple of the guys with me and grab some of those. Probably gonna get about 30 of them because we're gonna make the area about 30 feet in diameter, so it's gonna be a pretty good size. And that's why we cut so many poles. I was hoping to use 8-inch diameter ones. It's gonna be 95 feet the circumference of it. So and then once our logs dry a little bit and then our teepee poles dry, we'll do that. But we're gonna be tearing that one down. I guess that's where we wanted originally.
Yeah.
But we're going to look at doing, putting up rebar, building forming and framing for, I wanted to build it on a concrete foundation because if we just put it in the ground, it would rot pretty soon. We've experienced that back home. We had one of our cultural grounds, we put vertical logs around the whole structure, and in about 2 years all the logs started flopping and falling over and became a hazard for kids and anybody around there.
Yeah.
And so that's the plan for building that. Our hope was, my hope was to have a toolbox meeting in the morning and talk to the guys. And this is what we're going to do today. What are the safety concerns? Start putting those kinds of things in those youth's heads on safe work practices and that kind of stuff. They've been a little bit tied up, but we're going to be here for at least another 10 days trying to pull that project together. So I'm pretty excited to be here. I've been waiting for, somebody said they're going to have some geese or some fish. I'm like, I've been so busy in the bush.
Yeah.
Like I got blessed last week. I live right on Highway 11, about 5 kilometers out of town. I got a text. I was having coffee in the morning about 6:30. I got a text from my friend. A moose got hit right outside your house. I'm like, holy cow! So only the ribs were damaged. So we got blessed with a moose. Our freezer's full. I'm like, I don't have too much pressure to try and kill a moose this fall now. So yeah.
Nothing wrong with road kills there.
No.
Yeah, no shame in that. Yeah, but I practice my culture. I go goose hunting and fishing and moose hunting. I get up every day and I pray to Creator that people are safe and we all take care of each other. Well, that's who I am.
Cool. Very good.
And that's one thing good about here because nobody's texting.
Yeah.
There's no signal out here.
No,
Yeah,
It's
no.
good for
Yeah.
the kids.
Quiet, eh?
Yeah.
and you don't hear them.
No.
No, because
Yep.
I